Now we should be live on the internet, hopefully. I really hope this updates as well. Excellent connection, nice. So this is one of the most insane setups I've ever played. And all I want to do is build a castle. I found a very cool negative castle. And so to build this, we need the deck to be all one suit, and we need as many discards as possible. I have a showman just for reasons we need him for to find the dupes. I'm using Mary Andy that I've literally never used before. And I have 2 of him. I had 3. I had to throw away 1 now for score. And then that's just a load of like random, the shad will help, but there's just a lot of random nonsense in here. 2 hand size is nice, that compensates for the Andes. Anything else here that actually matters? 1 hand size is also fine. Bootstraps. It's an okay mult, I guess. Misprint. Golden ticket kit. Then I have what I think is 2 brainstorms and 5 blueprints, which is nice. And we're using them on Perkeo to print cool things, or for the sock and trib for score when we're in a round. And I'm printing, I have 325 planets, which I hope will carry me into infinity so we can build the biggest castle ever. And I'm attempting, hopefully, a good negative thing here. Five tags, not bad. And I need to hit 149 east, so another cool tech here when we have so many discards, if I can just find this card. We have the mail-in rebate, which normally not that cool, but when the entire deck is 1 card. So I gain 5 Balatro dollars for every king, but I can also reactivate it, so... What is that? 8 times, so it's 40 bucks per card. That's not bad. It's a very niche money-making strat that normally you would of course never find, but it works. And it's a nice combo with the castle, and we need to throw away every card we own anyway, basically. I now have too many cards in the deck. I had to build it bigger because I had more Andes before, so I had way more discards to use. And the cards are, they're all kings, but they have like just a random mix of buffs. Some are lucky cards, some are gold. I'm trying to move to a decent chunk of glass cards, because that's 2 multiplier that I can reactivate with the sock and run them through AAA. And that should be, as far as I can tell, the biggest score I can get out of those. And then we have our tiny, tiny stack of planets. Already made so much cash out of this mail-in rebate. I think there is another negative one somewhere in this seed as well. Highly unlikely that I find it, because I've kind of given up on digging through the shop. Still 2 more discards. The hands we don't really care about. This should always only need 1. Just throw away all the kings. And the castle has hit 10,000 ships, so that was my original goal. But now I'm hoping I can drag this into infinity. Okay, this is what we had left. So I think that it's better to do. I can split this 4 and 3. So because the legendary boy is legendary, I'm assuming that 4 on him and 3 on the sock is better, but I genuinely don't know. You can correct me if you know how that works. I guess what doesn't make sense to me is that reactivating the sock reactivates the card. That should run it through AAA anyway. So wouldn't it just be better to reactivate the card more times? And also this will take 1,000 years. So I have a speed up for times like this when you need to roll through 7 reactivates and a couple of jokers and 333 planets. The worst number imaginable, because it's impossible for me to say. And we just watch the planets go. I'm hitting a couple of E's, hopefully 149 at the very least. And I might have to actually take notes on how many E's we land on, because it's going to be important. I also don't know how many planets I need to hit infinity. 229 E's. Glass card exploded, that's not great, but it's gonna happen. 229 E's. But now we have the moment of... whatchamacallit, where all the negative dreams come true. Not a single joker. Okay. That means we actually have an option. Because I could just play the boss and go into the next Ante and see what I have there. That's an interesting way to play it. Talk about gambling. If that works, I might land a black board, a Mystic Summit, a blue joker misprint, kind of, you know, as expected. Also, this has happened on this run. I don't know why. But I think that's a dupe voucher. Like, I'm fairly certain I bought that before, and then it just comes back. It will still only show one. Right, where is it? Here. But I think I have bought 2 of those. So here I am with my 5 negative tags. There is not a single joker in the shop. Showman, cool. So then we can throw you away, and we now have one more slot to use, which is fantastic. Matador. I think I literally have one of you already. Yes, I do. I think we buy this because I already have a fool. I mean, add them to the pile because collections. What if we just save the last tag? It can land on whatever it pleases. Doesn't really matter. It's unlikely that we will find anything of value. It might be a bull, which could be fun maybe. A negative bull. Okay, that's quite cool. Just have him in here somewhere as well. Okay, so we have all of these guys. So, all of them on AAA, which is what we need. We print 8 more planets every time. Just sorting through this when you have one card that is something else. There's a death card in here. Should be. There we go. We can't do that one, but discards also a slight problem. No discards is bad, that's the only thing I want. That is fine, literally all cards are the same anyway. So, what do we wanna... I'm guessing I wanna make more of these. Last card, I mean, I haven't had that many auras, so I have not had any real options with my cards. We want to do the cash strat again. Like, I don't think I need to do this, and it's going to be faster to just not do it. But it's $40 per card. Like, it's actually relevant. Again, I think would never see that normally, but why not? Why shouldn't I have more money? It is more good after all. I can waste it in the shop, digging for infinite planets. Did I throw away the other showman? I did, right? Yes, good. I have missed the bones as well, which is nice. I can actually ruin everything exactly once. Devil is not going to do me any good. Or do I want to make like more of these? I don't need the gold cards anymore, that's for sure. Just trying to make as many of them, because I can't draw the whole deck now. And I don't think I'm gonna go through and purge it, because that's also going to be incredibly slow. Just the money rolling. It also does it all in one go for, I don't know why, a very odd choice. And I'm basically just landing on whatever the last 5 kings happen to be. That's what I play. And we have like, what, 70 East to spare, so we should be fine. But it would be better for the future if I land the actual cards that have the best multipliers at the end. Because right now it's just a blend of random madness with a lot of nonsense jokers on top. So we need the sock, and we need AAA. And look at this first world problem. I can't place my blueprints because I have so many jokers. What a problem to have. That looks fine. I have a shad in here as well, so we might as well. An actual viewer. Cool. Welcome. This is a bonus stream because I have perhaps the most insane setup I've ever run in this game. I'm hoping it can go to infinity, yes. It's, the castle is over 10k, which is pretty cool. But it's very different from building any other Joker I've done so far, because I now need to throw away cards. So I'm using like Mary Andy, never used before. 2 of him, I had 3. And then I have 4 blueprints on AAA, and I have 3 on the sock. And I have 341 planet cards. So I have a speed up mod for this specifically because it's quite a slow game. And this just pile of random nonsense. I have Jolly Joker is gonna do absolutely nothing. Showman, very useful. Mr. Bones might be useful. Fist, Shad, pretty nice. This guy is also very relevant. He basically compensates for the Andes. So I have, else I would have had 3 hand size, I think. And that would be game over. A golden Joker, wow. 220 east, so we have what, like 90 to go until it overflows. I think it's around 308 or something on top of my head. Roll this back, have them in the right order. Perkeo. Yes. Buy all the vouchers. So there are some interesting things happening with this. Do I need to find anything else in here? Don't think so. Like I have notes as well, but it's too much to have open at the same time. I think we just look for maybe like more planets is more good because I can still use them and have a bigger hand to start from. Cool, more cash. I mean, 50 bucks is literally going to do nothing at this point, I think. But it's the planets I want. I can just... Because there should be... Yeah. I must have the voucher. Where that is guaranteed. I also have a Joker slot spare, so... There has to be something in here of value that's worth picking up. What? I don't know. A blueprint most likely. Which I think exists in 31. Okay, so just I'm not even gonna look at the shop, it's too much. It's too far to dig now. With all the vouchers we have this stupid problem as well. But now there's just playing cards, there's a million tarot cards. Everything in between the things that we need. So to get to something that's like 100 cards deep normally takes 1,000 years. I also do need to buy these along the way just to guarantee that I can push this all the way. Mime, don't have room for anything in my hand. Certificate for more cards, that's just gonna ruin the castle, so everything needs to be a spade, that is easy to do. But we also have this, so everything preferably needs to be a king, so that's always on kings. That's where all the money is coming from. I don't like the wheel anymore because I don't think I will be using any more whatever it's called, ectoplasms now, because I would just ruin the hand size completely. But I like to have a few blueprints open just in case, because I've ruined runs on just not having that available and making a negative that doesn't help. We could, for example, also have just another drunkard if possible, because that would be one more discard, which would be actually useful. Because that's literally the whole plan. Throw away all the cards. And that somehow makes a big castle. More showman. An egg. I'm not super into the options here. We could bring this guy. I mean, imagine the gamble. Fine. Then just do a couple of extra rerolls because I can. So, the chances of this guy landing something useful, ectoplasm. Okay, so this is where we ruin everything. I think I'm gonna actually try to play this more sane and pick the cryptid. Make some more of the cards that we actually use. I mean, I would like it to hit, like, specifically a blueprint. Unlikely, I assume. And now we just throw away all the cards. And just to show the potential of this, we can actually reactivate the mail-in rebate, and it's... In normal runs, I would say it's good, for sure, but never relevant. Now I have 7 reactivates, so I should get $40 per card. And it's slow, so we can speed it up, but this is where all the cash is coming from. And we do need some kind of cash, because I'm going all the way Omega deep in some of the shops. I also want the actual, in case I need space for... There are some purple seals in here somewhere. I've probably already used... Yeah, I have. So I could just keep these for a higher multiplier. But I'm trying to, like, hope that I can get something useful out of the cards. More viewers, cool. Welcome. We're doing the most insane run I've ever had. With a whole lot of nonsense jokers at the top. So the reason I have so many is... There was a negative tag back in Ante 17, I think. And so just because I could, I bought every cola I could find before that. So I think I just slammed in... I would like to say 9 jokers. And I just did that again, but with 5 maybe. Some of them do things. Most of them do not. Now we're trying just the ultimate gamble with this guy. Out of 40 jokers, is he going to land anything useful? I don't really need to do this reactivate of the mail-in. It's just, I can, so like, why shouldn't I? It's another niche money strat. Also, 4 times game speed, once you've done something stupid like this, is incredibly slow. You know, this is what we're stuck with. So, sock. Move this guy. Hopefully don't overlap the... They are on him, right? Yes. And I guess we play you first, because I do have a shad as well. And then we just speed it up. And I don't remember exactly, but I think the overflow into infinity is somewhere around 308 E's. We have a while to go still. But with a bit of luck, like I can print 8 planets every round. So hopefully that will add up eventually. But the numbers have lost all meaning at this point. Just... Yeah, that's a good shot. So I went with this one because it's an extremely simple mod, it does nothing else. But I should definitely look into something else. Because this is like, I don't know. I cranked it to the max and it's still quite slow. But 228 E's, so are we growing with like, was that 8 E's more than last time? Something like that. I could write it down, I'm not gonna. Oh yeah, do we now just not reroll? And we just see where this guy lands. That's more interesting, right? It's not gonna be more useful. I still think I should reroll. Because more planets is really what is going to carry this. So we can just use the fool. $20, sure. I need all the money I can find. I'm not adding more cards. It's not necessary at this point. The only thing I'm thinking about is if I should get another discard thing. Because that's the plan with the castle. So if I can throw away 5 more cards every round, that is actually relevant. No, I think because I'm capped on space here, so we can just do this. Turn him into another dude. Could have another Shad. Would actually help score Baron. Kinda useless here. Another invisible Joker. I think we just go and see what this guy becomes, honestly. Print some more planets. So I only have 11 discards now. I think I had 16 or something earlier. Because I had one more of this guy, so that's 3 extra. And I know I had more drunkards as well for 1 more each. And I've probably used... In fact, I have definitely used vouchers to go down in Ante what I paid a discard. It's a lot faster if I don't roll through the cash thing. Not the most exciting gameplay, it's more the idea, like, how far can we take this? I want to build the biggest castle. That's all I care about. I don't have room, I'm gonna use one more. Can I help? And now we have to play a purple dude, that's fine. Should also make more glass cards. Because they are... They stack nicely with crib. So I don't know how late this goes, but isn't the end like Ante 39 or something like that? It's going to require infinite score anyway, so the goal is kind of the same regardless. Thankfully we don't have to do the math of 358 planets and whatever else is in here. But we have the invisible guy coming up. So any guesses, like is he going to land? Another castle would be quite cool. Another Andy would be cool, but not playable. I'm gonna bank on another showman, actually. Or a matador, because I have 2 of those. Why do we have 2 of those? I.e. 308, right. I'm not gonna have to fire this guy off anyway. I am also now running with... There was a super low latency setting on YouTube, which I now have enabled. So hopefully there's less delay. A Shad, not actually the worst one, but also not really, not the most helpful. More planets, because more good. Black, I mean I do only have that, but I also don't have anything in hand. There's no room. Another castle, I don't need, I mean are we gonna start over the castle now at 10.6k ships? Unlikely. There has to be a blueprint in here somewhere. I'm gonna roll away literally all my cash trying. And using the planets is still worth, because the hand will be slightly bigger to begin with. Not as good as keeping the 1.5 multiplier up there, but we can just get that back, so it should be fine. I have already rolled the shop to like well over 100, so... Oh, we actually have one. Nice. Because that also means I can print even more planets. And this is another thing I'm not certain about, because I have 8 now, so I can split them evenly between the SOC and AAA. And Perkeo when we go into a hand. But I don't know what's the optimal split, because the way I understand it, the SOC will re-trigger the kings, right? And when they are re-triggered, they should run through AAA anyway. Actually have them in the wrong order. I can't even see at this point. So the smart play would be to throw away all the useless negatives, but that's not the fun way to do it. I want to just keep the collection. Okay, we have... They don't even land on top now. The ones that are not negative. It's kind of also, there's not a whole lot of things we can pull out of the tarot cards that are useful. More deaths are still fine. Because that still means I can make one better king to use. This I'm not even gonna use because they end up halfway back the pile and I can never find them. Many problems. Okay, let's just do the even split. So this is 2 blueprints, 2 brainstorms. Slam them on the sock. This is AAA. Now next to another 4 blueprints. And then I need to actually play the hand as well. With the glass card in front, because why not? But you're probably right about mods. I need something else if I'm gonna do these things. At least the game is very stable. It's not exploding with all this madness on screen. But it's just, things always go out of hand. A castle is a very simple plan. The deck needs to be 1 suit, and then we throw away as many cards as possible. Very easy. But in order to throw away the max number of cards, we of course need 40 other jokers to make sure we can do extra stupid things. Perkeo, get in line. 4 dudes. 4 dudes. Nice. More planet cards is actually going to help. Where are the blinds now, actually? 170, I mean, that's not even that. Not that bad. The only thing I'm a bit... I'm not sad about, but I only have 11 discards now, so... It's possible that I could get away with throwing a blueprint, for example, and get more discards in here. But I don't want to gamble, in case I just ruin everything. So I'm gonna push it as far as it goes. I think there is a bull in here if we can find him, because I think I landed him at least with the last negative slap. Summit, Matador, Zany, Square Joker, Pod, Bootstraps. I have the bootstraps. Misprint, Golden Ticket, Bull. There is a negative bull. Coolest boy of the block. So we could build them bigger. It's not gonna be anywhere near the 100,000 whatever I had. But we can boost them with this. So we can actually... There is more things we can do for score. If we want to really pull out all the stops. Then I need to focus on cash. And I'm gonna throw away a lot of cash in the shop in between. But we can print, what was it, 40? No, I have 8 now, so 45 bucks per card thrown. And we can throw quite a lot of cards. Not that many planets for having however many 4 times more planet cards. No, this is not crowd control. This is just a crazy seed that I've played without crowd controlling my way out of the seed. So it is the same seed, but it's a different goal. We don't need any of these things. Why am I in a spectral pack? I'm just a dude trying to build a castle. But to be able to throw away more cards, we need a drunkard, and I'm not seeing one. Because there's no way I can fit in another Andy. That would wreck the hand size, and we would explode. And to throw away more cards, we need to live. This is always the problem. But there's now 9 planets. That's pretty good. Did we skip for 2 common jokers? I mean, what an option. Oh yeah, we should build the bull, right? That is correct, I think. Print some cash. It's definitely not the best money strat. But it's also like the perspective from a normal run to whatever this is wild. So in a normal run, having this reactivated once and a card you can reliably throw away will be pretty cool. We're like slowly building the castle. 3 ships per card. It's a lot of cards thrown. And then comes the balancing over the seed. So I had 3 of this guy earlier. But I've also used ectoplasms in order to fit in the blueprints. To print more planets to hit infinity before I used explode. So I had to sell some of those guys. So I now have less discards than I had before. But I'm hoping that lasting longer will be worth more. I'm not gonna do the math, I'm just gonna do the play. This is just... But also, when you get to this point, like there's not... I don't need anything else, hopefully. So it's not really... It's not hard to play anymore. It was hard to figure out all the stuff on the way. But now it's just like, discard cards, move a joker. 2, 3, 4 on you, 4 on this. This one first because it has an aura thing. Play it, print some ease. Oh yeah, I like when you pay more attention than I do. So the bull is twice the size of the castle. Fantastic. So it's another one of those where the castle, surprise, not a very good joker. So we need to just drag it all the way through. On the plus side, I found a very cool negative castle. It's a natural negative in here somewhere. And hopefully, I haven't thought about the scaling either, but 9 planets every round is basically all I can do. So if that's not enough, it's over. And I could, I guess, I still have an Andy. What else do I have actually that's not negative? It's literally you. And blueprints and the sock, which I need for score. 248, so like we are scaling. Are we scaling fast enough? I'm not sure. But possibly we are. It's still the wrong order, look. This is fiddly. I'm gonna say that every time. Buy me a planet. Now we have a lot of planets. I mean, the burglar would ruin everything. We could also get another sock, like I don't... if I'm just thinking score options, the thing that we need to throw is this guy. But it's always better to have a blueprint, right? Because that's flexible. Whereas if I had another sock, that's just another sock. Dash. But really planets is where it's at. I could make... like I don't think I care anymore to bring a death card and a burglar in to the round just to make one more glass dude or whatever. I'm gonna have to... If it gets to the point where we need to play specifically 5 glass cards, I'm just gonna have to do less discard so I can guarantee I get that hand. Because everything else is not gonna happen. I missed the planet. This is more crazy than your cryptid run. So a couple of people have suggested cryptid, and I am going to look into modded eventually. But there's still a lot more I can do with just the... I think I like the limitation of the base game. I guess is where it lands. Because with cryptid I could, I assume, do literally anything. More fool. Actually the most useful tarot card now. Flush 5, level 127. It's also awful. But it's going to help. We could go second bull. We go different showman. Fool can't print another fool, which is sad, because that would also be a funny loop. Space boy, maybe. So you need some kind of insane quantum setup to be able to calculate cryptid scores in any reasonable time. It's maybe beyond me. But it will be like you play a hand before you go to work and hopefully it's done when you're back. That is an extra layer of insanity. So how far do I want to roll in the shop? I could just sit here and shop for planets. But it's also not that fun. Let's do like 1 or 2 more. Because I don't think I even... Like, if there are natural negatives somewhere in here. I know there's a mail-in rebate in Ante 34, I think. But it's going to be so crowded up with just random useless cards that I will never find it. 107. This one is also like, could I sacrifice one of the negatives? I guess I could. Not like they're doing a whole lot. Do this just in case I wanna use another one of the purple seals. Yeah, do we care about the cash still? I think I don't, but... Yeah. Good call. But there is a second mail coming, which will be extra spicy. And then the castle just gets 1 upgrade at the end. It's a shame you can't re-trigger the part that is growing the castle. You can only re-trigger the 11,000 ships, which is not really helpful. More money is more good. That is very big brain logic. It's secretly a bull build. It could be. It could also be a golden ticket build. It could be a bootstrap build. It could be the double matador build or the triple Andy build. Shad, a fist build is not really a good. Do we want to gamble on tarot cards? How about no? I have some gold cards also, like... We have 4 hands. I could theoretically, I guess, re-trigger the sock a million times through the... whatever it's called. Golden ticket. That would also print money. We're on AAA. Gonna... put the glass card again, like it's... surely it's better, like... It gets the same mult as Crib does every time the sock runs. Yeah, I need a 5 glass hand and preferably 5 glass with an effect as well. I have found literally 2 aura cards in 32 Antes. And they both landed... what is it called? Foil? Yeah. The one what has ships on it. going into round 100 as well. I don't remember how late I went with the Space Joker, but it was something like this. That was not a nice lag. It's starting to struggle. Something had a hiccup at least. I mean, if anyone wants to, you could look up the seed and see what's in there. You know, in Perkeo, which we need to be. By this guy. But it turns out that outside of Ghost Deck, you don't get a lot of... It should do, right? But then maybe I should also make sure I grab some... Because what I could do is I could use these two that I have that are taking up a slot. And I could bring a death card and a fool with me into every round and make more glass cards. Wow. Oh, he goes in the pile. I missed the planet. Because this is why the pile is so big. I think I've sold one probably as a sacrifice at some point. For a boss that I was too lazy to reroll. No space. Okay, so we need to find the other one of these. There we go. Then find the fool. Then find this guy. He's behind the fool, of course he is. More bull. But I don't even know if there are more spectral packs coming. But this seems fine. I mean, we have an actual... We can make another glass dude here, why not? Okay, so what are the chances that we print another fool? Quite low. So if I want to just keep my stack, I should re-roll that boss. Where's the death card? That's going to be annoying. That basically doesn't matter. That also doesn't matter. Where is the one that forces one card to be selected? This is nice because this actually, it takes away 20% of my work. Which is quite nice. Oh yeah, the mail. I am remembering at least. And I'm gonna just hold the death until I have a glass card I can make. So this, for example. Make these guys. And then we also now have room for... Oh, that's the one. Oh, they are clones, so they're actually both forced selected. Okay, that's... Didn't know it worked that way. But we now also have room for the remaining... Left card becomes the right card, yes. For the remaining purple seals, we can maybe find more death cards and make this slightly more reliable. Because the only reason I have so many cards is because I had many Andes and I had 14 or 16 discards and I couldn't use them all. I threw away the whole deck. But we can roll the purple into one more glass card. Not bad. But yeah, can't really use it in here though if I have to. With one forced to be selected. But if we beat 32... I don't have a... I mean, we could... If we don't get to infinity, I guess the alternative is... Not a good glass card. Is that we just buy a Baron, because with 15k we can buy a Baron, like basically guaranteed. You can be a glass card. And we can just Serpent Abuse until the end, if we need to. So it should be solved. And we throw the glass card first, because I do still have a Shad. So more glass is more good. 1, 2, 3, 4 and crib, yes. Click the hand. Go make dinner or whatever. don't even know how big the castle is. But this always happens. The actual goal is still the main point. But if you need 40 jokers and 393 planets to carry a castle, it's trash. Like, it's awful. But those are the more fun jokers, I guess. And with a seed like this, you can literally drag anything to infinity. It's just a matter of doing it. So we need to find different challenges, because playing the same seed, the same deck all the time, it's not going to be as fun. That's why I went black deck with the last video. Could have definitely been better. 259, which is less because we had less glass cards. Can we actually get another joker slot? That would be pretty cool. Because it's gonna come down to more blueprints, if anything. So where are we at now? We are still fine. There is a spectral pack, which might be useful. Nice. The question then is, do we have time for... Because I have already had these, but I guess they repeat when you have had everything. So that means that this is at least set up, but I'm assuming I can land literally anything else as well. So the cola is tricky, because I think there is another negative tag in like 37 or whatever. But what are the chances that that's gonna matter? It's just, again, if we want to do that kind of stuff, we can. And then I should start stacking colas now. It's in 39, but that's where the game ends, I think. Oh, that's the end of what I checked to. So screw the cola, that's too much faff. Just more planets is more good. We should find a blueprint eventually, like it's basically impossible not to. I have a negative showman now as well. I should bring these, because I will forget. We need exactly one fool. More showman. Card juggling. I'm hoping there's a mod for that as well, where we can like... I can like just search through my cards, because that's getting ridiculous. I'm also missing planets now because I'm not paying attention. More fool. More cola. We could have had 2 double tags at this point. And if it's like really important, I could go roll it back, just grab more for the sake of building an even dumber pile. It's also possible, but not necessary. Could bring a banana just for good luck. There's a mod for that as well. I definitely need to look into more mods. Because if I could shave off like 5 hours of recording time, that would help. This is incredibly slow. Like that, I would say that's the main problem with these runs. They take so long. We could gamble on another invisible. Egg. Where are my blueprints? Oh, so you would have just one 393 stack. That would be fantastic. I think that's enough digging. No aura. Price. And print me some planets. I'm over 400 now at least. You are the good glass card. Right? Yes, foil. do the... So many steps to this. Oh yeah, must have find me the fool. You are also foil? Yes. Check all the dudes. Do the right moves. Print some cash. So the E's are catching up a bit, it feels like. I could also, like, I could Empress up some gold cards, for example, just to have... It's going to be better. Not like it, I'm guessing it's not even gonna matter, the numbers are too big, but... You reactivate them 7 million times, why not? And I'm printing back not all the money I wasted, but... Could also get rid of... Because I don't need all the cards now, so we could do like... You guys are out. That's gonna help maybe. Except now I threw away 2 less cards, that's bad. The castle is furious. He lost 6 ships. 6 ships at this point. Not gonna make much of a difference. Oh yeah, the animations would help. Because the speed up thing I have, I can write in a custom number, but it seemed to stop at like 20 or something. It's literally called speed hack, which is at least a good name. Where is my dude? Here. Yes. And play the glass card. First we have a steel card as well. So this is only 1 glass card and a steel card that does basically nothing. Lucky cards will also do nothing. I'm wondering if more ships is actually the way to go, because it's the bigger number. Yeah, so that's still fine, but we need to go to... The problem is also that I don't want to play 5 glass hands until I have to, because they will just explode and we will have no cards. So there's a balance. I can't even see what that number is. 260, so it's kind of up. I have a golden joker here as well, adding his $4. Thank you for your service. Perkeo. Give me a death card. Let me see it also. Probably. 1 more E. Yes. Means we still have 48 E's to go. Is 9 planets a time enough? I'm not sure. Now I need to find the fool. I threw away the death. Because we can also juggle fools for more planets. Like I can do this. Then dig up the fool again. Use him for another planet. Use that planet. Also, what a horrendous transformation. Take one boy, turn him into an entire planet. Not gonna have a good time. Maybe still a better time than the half Joker. Just rip to shreds. But there should be... I have written down... I did some searching. And my notes say that we have blueprints in 35 as the next one. Doesn't mean that there aren't any here, but not anything that I've actually found. So does Talisman go beyond infinity? Do you have... They add more numbers. What's the number beyond infinity? I'm also hoping... Because literally every time I've hit infinity, I've crashed the game on the next hand. Every time. And I don't remember the save edit I needed to do to make that work. So I'm hoping that that's not gonna be double E. Infinite E with more E's at the end. More planets. So this like 161 now is also actually going to be vaguely relevant. Why temperance? Because why not pay for one of my rerolls? Banana. Sock. I mean, there are things that help. There's not many, and they are quite rare. Let's just... They are not in the right order. Well, I spotted that at least. He was in here. Because I can find spectral cards in these as well, so... A lot of things with ease. I'm just gonna take your word for it. I'm not gonna mess with numbers beyond infinity. You are a foil. Do this. Because the way I understood the crash, which I might not understand at all, is that once you've scored infinity, the game then compares your next scoring number with infinity, and because infinity is not a real number, it just explodes. I mean, hitting infinity in the normal game is hard. Like, it requires specifically 2 setups or whatever. It's like Perkeo Observatory or Baron Mime a million cards. I just hope it doesn't explode. And I wish I could have had more discards. We can get that to 12k at least, but it's still only like 15 ships for every hand. Like, it's very slow. Like the vampire, the scaling is mediocre at best. But that's why we have the double legendary and stack of nonsense to carry the castle. The castle is just here to look cool. Smile and wave. Maybe I should move the bull over as well, just so we can have like easy comparison. So we have bootstraps, it can be next to the castle, and bull as well. Sell it. So bull is almost 32k, bootstraps is 6.3. Now we have 3 glass cards again. And we need to flip the guys. So you guys seem to know more about this than I do, but what is the optimal retrigger here? I have 8 in total, 2 brainstorms, 6 blueprints. I have a sock and I have AAA. And the only thing I can change is how many I retrigger on each one and the order of them. We could have also slapped in like an idol or whatever, but that's just the same as what AAA does, so I don't see the point. So use more blueprint is more good because flexibility. And I'm stuck with the brainstorms because I don't remember how many ectoplasms I've used. I think I have probably broken the vouchers and I've gotten like more hand size than I should have. And that also has meant more blueprints. We are getting a number, that's for sure. Getting 274, that's actually now a decent increase. We are almost 100 E's ahead. I think it is possible. Where is now Perkeo? You, these 4 are in order. Buy this guy. Yeah, we can have exactly 2 more glass cards. And we could still potentially find... Because if we could make them polychrome, that would also be a big scale. But I find that unlikely. So we probably stuck with foil. It's still a lot of re-triggers, so the ships will add up and that's still gonna be better, but everything just seems like a marginal gain now. Which makes sense, like how would you make this even better? Hologram. It's another one I need to do someday. Because that's also a very simple concept. More cards is more good. And then we just need to print infinite cards. Which in this seed I can do, probably. So I would like another Andy for discards, but it's not possible. I already have this guy and I think a juggler as well, so I have +3 hand size and I'm still at 5. I could sell an Andy. Or did I do that already? No, I have 2. Right. We could trade an Andy for something as well if we really want to. But then the castle is going to be mediocre. We're using cards to build the castle apparently. That's why I'm throwing them all away. Someone is just stacking them. Building the worst castle of all time. I wonder if I also have something in here that is not negative. Like there's a shiny thing here. But I'm not gonna go dig for it. That's not happening. The precision you need. Find that. A sub-pixel of whatever it is. We could still get very lucky with an aura in the Arcana pack. Nope. But we can now do this and buy another death guy. That is also fine. And I'm gonna just arbitrarily say that's enough. Let's do the next planet printing. All heart cards are debuffed, that's fine. I don't know why I went with spades, it's just... I really only cared about making them all the same suit. And then eventually kings. Oh. At least I remember this instantly the second I forget it. Back over 15k, so we're hovering at roughly the same cash at least. And also, next Ante, I don't know how deep, but it should have another one of these. Natural negative. That would be $5 more per card. And it's gonna be even slower. But I'm guessing it's a graphic lag problem, if anything. Well, it seems to have more problems if I hold down the speed up and then stop. Those numbers are actually almost relevant at the end now as well. More ships. Can make another steel guy, I don't have room for. But that's also what we could do at the end, I suppose. So here I could also play... I could play these two and fish for 5 glass cards. That would help. It doesn't matter now. I would rather just save the glass cards. And there was something else I had in mind that I can do. Oh yeah, we can, if we throw away the Andy, we have one more hand size, so we could hold a steel card in hand with a seal. But there's no point picking up a Baron, because it's gonna be less. A smaller number than what Trib does anyway, unless we can get him negative, so it's just for free. But we are going into 34. Kind of like a 5-second glance. Supposedly a cash voucher. $74 E's. Not that far off now. See, so now I have another blank voucher, so this is definitely broken. And I think I've seen this throughout the run as well. I have recorded everything, but I haven't streamed everything, so it's not gonna be easily available. Yeah, so this, I think that's the only reason I have the hand size that I have. Because I must have had multiples of this. Because I've used like, I'd say, what was it, 3 ectoplasms, probably. But that also means that now maybe we don't get an extra slot. Which is a shame, because now we have literally no idea what vouchers we will find. Just the random luck. I don't know what happens if I quit the game and reload that as well, if it's the same. But I don't think it matters at this point, we should be able to go cat. I mean, I wonder if you can just drag a cat longer in this seed as well, because the double negative dice is cool. But I could just set up negative dice here and drag the cat to Ante 39 as well. And surely that would be better. But then again, we have the problem of I don't want to use the same seed for everything. I'm gonna look for the negative here at least. This guy. It's like I don't have that many things I can throw, so it's still tricky. We need one of these. It might actually be possible now, because there is... what was it called? Immolate, I think, a seed finder, where you can search through. Balatro has 2 quintillion something seeds, so searching through them all is insane. But you could run that with specific things and search for a seed. However, it does not run, it works only on Nvidia cards, and I have an AMD setup. But someone released a new one called The Egg, I think, which now should run online. So I think I can actually do real seed science now. I haven't tried it yet though. A cool sock. I mean, this is actually an upgrade. Because it's another 1.5 times. That was unexpected. But I can live with that, I suppose. Do I have another one of these that I can just pop? So I don't want to throw away the negative ones. And how deep is this? Because I don't think there's any point even looking at the website, because with all the vouchers there's just playing cards, planets cards, tarot cards for days. Like you can reroll 5 times and not even see a joker at all. But we have cash, so we might as well use it, like drag this along as far as it goes. I might actually just scroll past it now as well if I'm... I think maybe that's enough gambling now. We are on Perkeo. Guys are in order. $212. So now it's actually spicy. Oh, did I? No, I had 274. I thought I had 202. Okay. Already forgot everything. I guess this is the trickiest thing about playing this, because I just forget everything. After enough time has been spent with mad things. And I am remembering the mail-in now, though. I don't know if I have a fool in here still. Probably not. Move you. Blueprint, mail-in. The castle is slowly moving. Oh yeah, I have less money now as well. I can't imagine I have missed the bones as well, which I have also never used. So there is one fail-safe. But it's not like I can come back and play a bigger hand anyway, if I just explode. Now the one not negative card is now hiding in here also. And the High Priestess now. It would be nice if they could just stay on top. But they refuse. But now we actually brought in more planets again, but also my one only polychrome I have with that many jokers. I mean, most of them are negative, so they would never have an effect. And I have not even used wheels now. Even though I probably should, because I'm not gonna use another ectoplasm. That would not be possible. So I might as well wheel it up and we see what we get. That's some trib. Now only one glass card though, so it's going to fluctuate a bit. But that was like, the score is times 22E already on the first card. And like 50 now. No, I can't even see it. It's easier to see in giga speed. But the numbers have lost all meaning. It's just madness on the screen. And surely there must be a Reddit thread somewhere that knows how many planets you need to hit infinity. It's a lot apparently. Because I have already a decent score from my cards. Then I need like 500 planets on top of that. Blueprint. No. Okay, more rerolling. Yeah, the numbers are that big. So we have the power to destroy not just the world, but the entire universe. Nice. Cryptid runs just sound like insanity to me because I haven't tried them. Welcome, new person. We're trying to build a big castle, and for that we need 40 other jokers, apparently. I should also just use the wheels now, because if I'm not gonna 10 more malt, like that's definitely going to help. But if we can get another polychrome, that would actually be vaguely relevant. And I would like to find this mail-in just because it exists. More jokers is not more good, but it's more fun. What else do I have in here? But we can just keep stacking some planets, like it's going to matter, hopefully. Yeah, the money strat here is actually very different. So what we have is, I'm playing a discard build, so I'm throwing away cards. And I have this thing. So I get 5 cash for every king I throw away. And we can reactivate this with blueprint, so it's like 45 bucks per card. And I have a deck which is only kings. And we have, wherever he is now, this guy and some other stuff for more discards, so we can throw away a lot of cards. And that, over the course of 34 Antes, has added up to a decent chunk. I haven't even done it all the time, which I could have done, but it will be even slower. So this is not something you would find in a normal run. I think I'm just gonna do this as well, more planets. But we also need the glass cards soon. It's a wild run. It's the wackiest one I've ever done. It is seeded. Like, I'm not gonna hide that. But I'm trying to see what's the dumbest thing I can do with the seed. And it's apparently a castle build. All the random garbage negatives. I have made more money with 4 negative dice, but that's also never gonna happen in a real run. But this thing is so deep. There's a lot of people that get angry about seeded runs, so I mean, might as well be clear with it. Like, I'm finding it interesting enough to play seeded that I haven't even unlocked most of the other things. This is not black stake, this is white stake as well, so your attempts are actually much harder than mine. I don't think I've even beaten black either. I've done purple or orange, whatever the order is. Then I kind of stopped because I'm building a big castle is what I'm doing instead. Or collecting bananas. Or rolling dice for 1,000,000 years. I don't think I'm gonna find this thing, it's just what I'm getting at. I've done one challenge once. Could also do more of those. There's a lot of content in this game that I have not seen. Yeah, this is the thing with these like crazy attempts, is that the balancing is hard. Because I need to have in the beginning as many like Andys as possible to have like 16, 20 discards to build this more. But at some point I'm gonna need more score. And then I have to switch to and somehow find 1,000,000 blueprints in time before I explode. But this is also good. We can now make more because we are going to need the glass cards. I did have 2 of these, right? Flip the pile. Accidentally threw it back. This is like an endurance challenge. But I don't know why, but I don't really mind. It's just focus on the goal, get it done. Whatever it takes. Glass card also. Nice. It's a fun way to play. It's an insane way to play. Also a very slow way to play. But it's just... You can do very stupid things in this game. And if they exist, I'm gonna do them. Well, I'm forgetting I should be using the wheels as well. Like we should be able to land at least 1 polychrome. And how much money have I wasted now? Like 3k, 4k? Now 100 Balatro dollars a pop. So let's just leave it at that. We are on Perkeo, which is the correct one. Print me some planets. Don't explode. Go into 213 E's. Is fine. Find whatever cards I have. I think I don't have a death now anyway. That's just a fool, right? And then this is how we make the money. We've flipped this in. So we have this guy plus 8 retriggers. So it's $45 per card. And I have, what, 12 discards to start with. So whatever golden card or other shenanigans we have, every card is worth more just thrown away. Which is not the way I would normally see things. I found this on Reddit. Like, partially I just scroll through Balatro Reddit, but I also just Google, like, cool seeds. And people who have found the seeds often share them, and there's, if they are really nice, they will also have a guide, like, where they found certain things. I'm thinking about just, like, I have a Discord, and I have massive notes on all these seeds. Like, I'm running 2 documents at the same time because I can't fit everything in otherwise. So I have like a checklist for each Ante, and I have just notes on do this here and whatever. And then there is also a seed analyzer called the Soul. So you can stick in the seed. You can tell it to look like 300 cards deep in every shop. And you can just then search for blueprints, for example, and you can take notes on where they are. So it's a bit of work, I guess, but rocket science and gambling, yeah. I'm still just a dude throwing away cards, like a gorilla just throwing away cards, and some guy in the corner builds a castle with said cards. Now we need again our sock, and we need Trib, and they are starting to see this again, but what will you be? You will be an emperor. I don't really care for an emperor. And then we'll launch this. I'm just gonna go grab some more water. So it did actually finish. Thought I had more time. Yeah, it looks possible, at least that's the good news. But it's gonna require, like, manipulating the cards, getting the correct cards. And also not... Where is AAA? Perkeo here. Not messing any of this up, because that's very easy to do. Bring this again. With this. Buy a planet. Because we're gonna get above. There we have it. 5 more bucks per king. Very nice. You sit in here, okay. Don't need to reactivate. But really the only thing I need to do in shops now is just grab planets. And maybe a blueprint if we don't think the score is gonna be enough as is. That's for 14. Now I have even more madness in here to keep track of. That's a problem. That's a big problem. That's a massive problem. That's not gonna matter at all. Cool. I wonder what these cards are. I forgot to move the thing. So I'm gonna play one hand without that every round, apparently, before I realize. You are foil and glass. Let's get these guys. Yeah, I was hoping he would do that at least once, but I guess I keep my 1 steel card also in case we have. But now it should be an even 50 bucks per card. Turn them all to glass so they can explode horribly. We could also, when we need to play 5 glass cards, I could actually bring... I could bring 5 death cards with me in, and I could just guarantee that I can make the glass cards. That's, maybe I'm just insane, but I don't get angry at games, or at anything really. I'm sure I can still tilt, but I don't know where the limit is. And also, I am running 2 mods, I should say. I have the speed up thing, which is slow even with the speed up. But you can also play this with a save state mod, so you can auto-save every couple of minutes, so if you mess something up and want to go again, you don't have to do it from the start. The first videos I did, I would go from the start every time, and with no speed up, so that took way too long. But I want to keep it like as much base game as possible. But then I am also going to have to try Cryptid and all the crazy stuff one day. Okay, 3 glass cards. Sock in, Trib in. On him, yes. Stop looking at the notes now because I don't really care about the shop anymore. Yeah, I think I found exactly 2 aura cards, and both of them were foil. And then I've just copied those cards. What would the wheel do? Is that the one that turns everything face down? Oh, the odds are garbage. Whatever they are, they're never gonna land. That's usually how it goes. That's when you play with the oops, all sixes. It doesn't work for the aura card. I guess the only way to guarantee, or more likely I should say, to land polychrome is if you play ghost decks. You can find loads of those cards. 288. We still need more ease. So I don't know how you guys are seeing this, but I'm thinking we might need another blueprint as well. And the game is not lagging. And that's another blank voucher. That's also not supposed to happen. That is definitely super wrong. And I haven't even quit the game in between now, so it's not that. It should. I think it's like 308. The guys in chat have been saying E308 for Infinity. Which was so much easier to do with Barons for whatever reason, but... No space. Too many cool things. I forgot to buy it. Nice. So there should be a blueprint in here. I don't know how deep. But I'm thinking maybe I should grab it, because that will allow me to print even more planets. Do we trade the castle? The cool negative castle with a couple of ships. For the disco castle. I mean, I'm considering it. But that's the real question now, is the blueprint. Do we need another one? Because if I don't pick it up here, I might not be able to pick it up at all. Yeah, I will have to throw away one of these guys. It's literally the only thing I can throw. So I will have 3 less discards, which means I have less castle. But if it means I can survive, it might be what we need to do. Or we can just trust in that we will find enough ease as we are. Because I'm not gonna do the math, it's gonna play. Yeah, we could just do the Infinity as well, and then I can, if I can be arsed, I can re-roll it back as well. I don't think I will. Spent enough time on this. But this is another thing we could do more of. 400 colas for... Yes, a blueprint would make it go higher in 2 ways, because first of all we can copy Perkeo so we can make more planets. And we can also copy this guy one more time. So it's like double payoff. Do we have a death card in? Okay. I'm not keeping track. I might not. Yeah, Anaglyph could work, because we should still be fine with Perkeo Madness. 230 ease. And I'm now actually remembering to do this thing. And we can make you... this. Yeah, blueprint will make it safer. And I know there is a blueprint in here, and there should be one in 37 also. Might be a brainstorm or blueprint, I don't remember which one. But because the score is going to catch up soon, we need it sooner rather than later. Like, who wants to put in the time to build a bigger castle? Adding the cash. So I would like to get the castle to like 15k or something, but I don't think we have enough rounds. This is gonna have to be whatever it is. Also a bull and a bootstrap. And now 457 planets. Okay. Get the dudes in position. Don't mess up any of this. 4 glass, but also a steel card. Yeah, it's not even possible to watch the numbers anymore. They are just meaningless. It's a mess. The ship number I understand. The rest is just madness. E66 without planets. That's not incredible, but it is all in the planets. 292, but that was also a couple of exploded cards. Buy the planet right away. Blueprint is going to be mega deep, by the looks of things. At least we're making money. No wheel. Could just buy a dice, I suppose. The numbers just go insane once it's exponential. But the numbers we have now were more than, what did you say, enough to destroy the entire universe? It's kind of almost pointless to think about. But how far do I have to go for this blueprint? It's supposed to be here somewhere. And there's still also things I actually... not sure if I need them, but it's still helpful to have them. I don't even know. Like, I haven't looked up how the math works. E80 atoms, okay. But that's the observable. And surely that's way more vast than we can see. So it's just crazy numbers. That we're somehow playing in poker with a castle, like... Very creative guy who came up with and made this game. Yeah, but I'm actually throwing away the money quickly now as well. It's so easy to just throw it all out. I guess we just juggle the fools. I've been doing it so far, I might as well keep it up. Yeah, it's pretty impressive when someone makes something that's just well oiled. Because the size of this game is absolutely nothing like if you download it compared to anything else. So we have one more round in here, right? Yes, we do. We could also do a voucher skip. See if we get something that's not blank. Hopefully the planets are enough and we don't need the blueprints, because it's gonna be hard to find. I have some jokers that give money and I have some that scale off money. But it's like this one. And we have, for example, the bull, chips based on cash, and the bootstrap, both negative as well. The castle is going up so slowly. But there's so much stuff in here and I don't even know what half of it is. Like, we have these are the blueprints and stuff. I have a golden ticket, misprint, mad joker, something with clubs, something with odd ranks, to-do list, square boy, three of kind, matador, more cash, chaos for 1 free reroll, nice, mystic summit, another matador, a juggler for hand size, that's actually relevant, scary face, I mean, we re-trigger them a lot, that's doing something. This guy is also super helpful. I would have 3 hand size otherwise. Shad helps. A fist, a showman, a pair guy, Andy again, and that's it. Like, it's just most of it do nothing. But I'm using all the discards. But that would actually be relevant in this build, I suppose. It's nice to have viewers as well. I haven't streamed much, so anyone showing up is like greatly appreciated. I just figured I'm recording this anyway, and this is kind of wild. I figured might as well share some of it. And maybe like 1 or 2 people who watched the video would like to see more of the process of this. Not a single glass card now, which we could just play not the flush 5. And we would draw new stuff. But I don't think it's gonna matter. Blueprint, blueprint, brainstorm, brainstorm. Sockman. Crib. Go. But this should now be less without the glass cards. So do you know how the re-triggers work? Like, is it still better to split them between Sock and Mr. Legendary? Because if I understand this guy right, it's just gonna re-trigger the Legendary anyway. So why would I not just slam everything into this guy? Because that would also re-trigger the glass effect. Struggling to speak now as well. That's 280 without glass, it's pretty good. But yeah, that's like I would say that's the mark of a good roguelike, if you have loads of things that synergize in weird ways. Like, that's perfect, because then you can discover all these weird, crazy things. And you can try to build a castle, for example. Whatever you want to do. Wheel? No. A polychrome egg. That's a brainstorm. That's probably what we're gonna have to go with. Gonna take a note on that though. The funny thing is that we might not even need him, but I'm not gonna gamble when I've come this far. But now I can do 5 on one and 4 on the other. And I have Perkeo in place. And we only have Cool Andy left now. Both the normal ones are out. And then I guess I'll just throw away some money, because why not? More glass cards is gonna help. Yeah. All the stuff we can bring now. Yeah, there was this one. Nice. Yeah, and I don't know if we need more planets, but maybe we do. I mean, I can keep the steel guy now as well, just because I can. So now we have 1 extra hand size as well. then I don't need to do the cache reactivate either. Like it's... We can do it for the bigger number, or we can just ignore it and go faster. Because it's going to take a while. Yeah, the stencil is cool. I've literally only used it once, also in a stream, and it went to -16 or something. But that was... that was with cheating. Could have used also a red seal on the steel dude, but this way we will actually get a planet as well. I think we just do this as well, just so we have them for the future, because we shouldn't need 5 glass cards now anyway. Keep building the castle. But now there's also one more brainstorm reactivating through everything. Only 1 glass card, but it should still be a decent change. 4 on you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Glass card first. Ghost deck is my favorite, I would say. But there's still a lot of jokers that I just haven't tried. I feel like I need to do more normal runs as well, because then you kind of just forced to go with what you find. That's a different problem to solve. Whereas this is just find all the things and make it work. That's now 64 ease. 66. 69. And then 475 planets. So 1,000 years later, we will have a score. And the glass card is still 1 in 4, like it's the same chance as the wheel. I can't see what the number is now. Many E's. 305. So it's possible now. Oh well, it's very close. Another blank voucher. Nice. But that's fine. I mean, I would have liked if we could have found more antimatters or more jokers just for the madness, but maybe it's better to just have a bugged run as well. Probably more interesting. So then my next stupid question is, do I throw away a blueprint and get Andy back in so I can build a bigger castle? Or do we just go with what we have? Because we can just speed it up now instead. Like I don't need to dig for 1,000 years. But then we need to find Andy as well. He's not that uncommon, but I haven't seen many. Yeah, I took all the vouchers. And lately we've had repeats, like I think I had 4, 3 or something blank vouchers now, so it's broken. Don't know how it's broken, but it is broken. Like a polychrome Andy would be nice. But I think I'm just gonna play. Now I only have 8 discards, like we're not even throwing away that many cards anymore. I'm trusting that my PC can handle it now. But the castle is gonna have to sit back on this one. But this is where, if I want to now push the castle even higher, I would have to go back and find a way to optimize the Andy versus Blueprint trade-off. And that's where like the things get complicated. One card is enough if you run Baron. Then all you need is 400 cards in hand instead. Where is the... Where are my dudes? Polychrome would also help a lot. But we should be getting to infinity now soon anyway, and then I guess I am expecting a crash. Because every single time I've hit infinity, the game has crashed on the following hand. Yeah, you're right with that. If we had one, we could have just bought 1,000 death cards and made more. But that would be very nice. You have good eyes. Better than mine for sure. I think I just stop looking when it gets to this point. Like when I played this without the speed up mod, I would do the dishes or whatever in between, like not even at the screen. And we have it. So we can go all the way, more castle, but I think now we're going to have a problem. Because this does not go away. So I think it's busted now. Sadly. But we hit it way earlier than I thought. It's my... I haven't hit it more than like 2 or 3 times, I think. And those 2 or 3 times were in the same run, which then exploded. So it's not common. So we hit it with the castle, 12.8. No, so I don't need more planets now, like we should hit that every round now, hopefully. So what am I looking for? Nothing, right? Let's just go in and watch the game explode. Because now we have this slight problem here. We sprint the cash as well because we can. If it crashes, I need to edit the save between every round, I think. But I also need to Google how to do that again because I don't remember. And we have to wait for all the discards as well. Could have a nice pile of like 20,000 cash. It is struggling a lot more. So the problem with this is that now we have... I don't know why the game does that, but... infinity is not actually a real number. And the game still tries to compare to it, and that's why it crashes. That's how I got it explained to me, at least. And we're going to get 500 planets. I'm thinking we can just make a steel guy also, but... Alright, this is the last hand. I'm gonna bank on a crash. So we'll see what happens. I'm in order anyway. Blueprint trib. No! Wow. This has literally never happened before, that it's just worked. But now we can use speedrun to the end. Unless I explode all the glass cards. So this will also be a first, actually beating the whole game, I suppose. 69, 76. If we're optimizing, then yes, you're probably right, but we will be selling a natural negative Perkeo that has spawned all this madness. So where's the castle? Not as big as I would have hoped. The bull is pretty cool. Don't know how many glass cards blew up, but... Because if I don't care about the shop, then like... buy one planet just because I can. And then we just go... Then that is not so bad. It's tricky, like how to play things in this when you play normally and you don't know what you find. But not that I'm good at normal runs, but I find like you just have to pick something and then play to it. Like even if it's something that just boosts pair, then you will have to somehow force the game to only play pairs until you find something better. But there's a lot of things to pay attention to, like cash and stuff, so you can reroll in many shops, increase your odds of finding stuff. That's already the end of the... right. Because we have less discards. But there's still 3 whole Antes, like that's gonna take another half an hour maybe. Or more. And we have enough money for all the things that we don't need to buy. If it hasn't crashed yet, I think it's fine. Because it has specifically crashed before, after Infinity, and then playing the next hand. That has now worked fine twice. I'm not gonna say that it's stable or whatever, but it seems fine, as far as I can tell. Another blank voucher, surprise. Is that like 4 now? It's that's a problem. I'm also used to defaulting into the shop, like doing things we don't need to do. We also have the perfect amount of cards. Yeah, it should be fine from now on. Unless we somehow draw hands that are not all glass cards, and that's somehow not enough, but I think just the extra brainstorm has done it. And we can keep the steel card just because we can. And then we just roll it in. So now we can't lose unless the game explodes. Or if I sidetrack myself with, I don't know, I could add like 5 more Andys and see what happens. But this one, because we have all face cards, that will just play them again. And that is activated another 5 times with blueprints and brainstorms. And then we have 4 on this guy for the big multi. And then 515 planets. Which is the real magic. And here. Because they're also 1.5 times each. So as usual, the castle, definitely the important piece here. We're not gonna need this guy. But we have like a nice stack of sacrifices. That was a big lag spike. Maybe there are still problems. Yeah, you just need to find the combinations. Like if you're playing normal runs, then you only need to get to Ante 8. Like you have many options that work. But for this score, like there's so few things that will actually have the capacity. So you kind of have to end up playing the same things. Just automatically roll through the shop. We don't need the shop anymore. Just go. The sock, also the only guy that has a cool effect on him. Could also skip, but then I'm not building the castle. That was a misclick. Castle is very angry again. Well, you have to be extremely lucky to find a seed that can do it in a not a seeded run. But I'm fine playing seeded. I can do more wacky things. I'm just gonna... like, I'm gonna make sure I don't use this seed for everything. This is probably the worst cards we could have had. But if they are enough, everything is enough. I mean, someone must have found this seed somehow from the start. And then I don't know if the first guy who played it could get it to infinity, but maybe they could. I also need to make sure I grab mods for speed. Yeah, but you can't compare a normal run to this, like... My normal runs also have like 5 jokers or whatever the standard is. But it's fun to see what's possible. It's always madness. There are problems. I mean, I could also just stop doing this, like, we don't need to do Perkeo stuff. Could look for an aura, though. Oh. But now he's kind of just pushing it for the sake of pushing it. We could skip rounds also. Pure speed. And then it's just let it play out again. But there's only 6 rounds left now. So it would be smarter to go to bed, but I might as well finish it. If the game survives. Yeah, good luck with your runs. Thank you for hanging out. It's a seed, so since we have the Perkeo Insanity set up, it's basically guaranteed now not to fail unless I ruin it. In those 2 hours we have printed enough planets to get the cool infinity score, which we can now hit every round. But the game might explode. It's struggling so much more now. And we might also run out of glass cards. Another blank voucher. I think that's 5 now. Yeah, we don't need planets. We don't need anything. We just go. But I am still gonna do the discards because I wanna take the castle as far as it goes. I don't think I will go back and like try more Andy Madness and try to make it even bigger, because just dragging it to infinity is cool enough. What do I have in here that's not negative? We also don't need the money. Like, all the things we have we now don't really need, except for the scoring dudes. Which is still the same. Perkeo carrying the planets, and then Sock and Trib with 1,000,000 retriggers. And something like 30 negatives that do nothing, but if you find a negative, you grab a negative. That's the way I do things. Castle is now at 13.5. But we did grab a brainstorm recently, which I replaced I threw out Andy, so I could have had 3 more discards for a few more rounds. And it could have been bigger. Well, this is just because we're now in Ante 38, so I've played so many rounds. But the basic castle strat is we needed to make the deck the same suit, which I did with whatever the card is called. That changes things to spades. Then I made them all kings later. And then we've just used like, we have this guy. 3 discards minus 1 hand size. I had 3 of those. I had a drunk card or 2, which also gives more discards. So I think I had 15 or 16 or something like that earlier. And then used enough cards for that. So I've used as many discards as I possibly can. Until the very end where we just threw out Andy for another brainstorm to make sure we survive. And then we also have this for money, because everything is a king. We can re-trigger that 8 or 9 times. So we can print like, I think $50 per discarded card. So that's the money. And we need those things with Perkeo to get the 1,000,000 planets, to be able to last this long, to be able to build the castle. So it's, as usual, it's like we're dragging the castle along. The castle is doing nothing. But it's a very simple idea. Build a big castle, discard cards. That's it. It went a little bit out of hand. As it always does. Actually, your name is perfect for this, the Destroyer, because that's what we're doing. We're just throwing out every single card. I could not imagine a better title. Now I'm not sure if we are as dependent on glass cards anymore, but when we were not guaranteed to hit infinity, we needed those for sure. Now maybe we have enough planets. But 39 should be the end as far as I know. So I'm just gonna drag it there. And the castle will be probably not 15k, but 14 is possible. But can you keep going after that as well? Because then I could, theoretically, I could make an infinity castle, but it would take, I don't know, 300,000 something years. Alright, there's an actual infinity, I see. So the game does stop you at some point at least. Well, I've never been close. I think I've been to 32 once with some other stupid build. But this is the most insane one yet. And it really has nothing to do with the castle. And it's also seeded, so it's like I know it's a strong seed. I should watch more Balatro. I tend to not watch things I play, but I could learn a lot by watching people who do other crazy things. I'm just gonna look for an aura in case, but no. The pack opening is lagging. They only one hand, should be fine. I'm just gonna... What boss do I want? Like, doesn't matter. That's also a good finisher. I have done that with 126 jokers once. Also used to watch them all explode. But that could be a good way to purge, because most of these negatives are just useless. They are literally there for the sake of collecting them. And that's it. I mean, you don't see that many negatives, so it makes sense to just grab them. The bull is pretty cool. 47k. 9.5 almost bootstraps. I don't know if we had anything else here that matters. 2-hand size is critical. I would not be able to play without it. I have one more as well, yeah. A juggler also. One reroll, and we have 23k. Also not very useful. I have 2 of these. A square man sitting at 0. It's just all these guys at the end. There is a golden ticket as well if we wanted to print even more money. There are lag spikes. But surely we can push 3 more rounds before the game explodes. Not losing that many glass cards either, which is nice. So before... Oh, you mean it might be now already? Right. Negative Nan. Okay. And that's... I think that's my 5th or 6th blank voucher in a row, so something is broken. And I also... I can't find spectral cards, so we can't ank it, sadly. Well, they don't stack beyond 1, but I've had blank again and again and again and again. So I am getting dupes, but it's broken for whatever reason. I'm missing 1, apparently. I don't know what has caused that, but something has gone horribly wrong. But this is the end, then. Castle is not even 14k, that's a bit sad. Could also just spend 24k in this shop. Well, I mean, technically this is one of those where if I go back and I fine-tune the Andes, like wherever he is, this guy, we could have had more discards, we could have had it to 15k, but it's also... Sciencing that out to getting it precise is too much work. So 14k is gonna be, or 13.8, it's not bad. I definitely did not expect this to go all the way to 39. It's way beyond 3 hours, I can tell you that. This recording is 2 hours 25. And the previous ones are a total of like another 7 hours recordings I have. So it's not fast. Well, I have also gone back. Like I think I went to 30 and realized I beansed it somewhere along the line and I wanted to build a bigger castle. Luckily I have a save state mod, so I could go back to whatever Ante I want, really. But I don't think I'm gonna. It's better to just edit it and be done. And my sanity is somehow fine. I think I'm beyond sanity, I guess. I don't care. I did run it without save states in the beginning, but that was insane. We have 42 jokers, a couple of Balatro dollars, 530 planets, potentially 1 or so in here that is not. I accidentally used 1. But there is definitely something in here that is not negative. There we go. Lost it again instantly. But I think that's enough. So this VOD will be available if anyone wants to see some of the madness, and then there will be an edited video whenever I manage to finish it. So thank you for watching. It's very nice to have a few people actually hang out and give tips and stuff. It helps a lot. And there might be more surprise streams. Well, the editing is not so bad because I can cut out literally most of that. Like, we only need the highlights. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you around.